Hi everyone, welcome to the muster drill. I'm Scott, and the headlines seem to suggest that the cruise lines are lying to us all. But stick around to find out why that might not quite be the truth. Hi everyone, welcome back. So before I get started today, I just wanted to say, as you can see, I'm not on the Carnival Magic, and the simplest explanation is I take a medication that could create complications for me, and just based on that and everything else that's been happening, it just didn't feel right to me, so I just decided I was going to sit this one out. I do have the MSC Meraviglia coming up in early February, so we're definitely hoping that we can get on board because it'll be our first time sailing MSC, and we're really excited about that. So I'm sure by now everyone has seen all of the news articles that are showing that cases are up on cruise ships and that the cruise itineraries have been canceled or shortened, and ports are denying cruise ships from coming in and so forth. And the cruise lines and their lobby groups are constantly downplaying the situation by citing the protocols. That's all I keep hearing from them. The protocols. But listen, the protocols are not being adhered to by a large number of passengers who are getting on board. I've witnessed this on every single cruise I've been on, and the cruise lines are not enforcing it. Now, I realize I've talked about this plenty of times. I really feel like the lion's share of the responsibility of this entire thing falls on the passengers. But the cruise lines are also responsible for this. And I've talked about this in previous videos where I feel like the cruise lines have these protocols in place and that they shouldn't have to go running around the ship, forcing people to follow them. But what is starting to really concern me in this entire situation is the growing number of passengers who are documenting, whether through their own videos or their own YouTube channels or their own, or speaking to the press about, what's been going on, how they've been treated. Before I go too much further with this, let's just get to the videos. Here they are.
Breaking now, more disruptions as COVID cases surge.
News 6's James Barbero talked to the CEO of Port Canaveral, who argues cruising is safe.
Our cruising numbers were very strong.
After a busy holiday season, Captain John Murray responds to the CDC again, telling passengers to stop cruising. Port Canaveral arguing the ships are safe, even with new COVID cases.
All of the hype about 90 ships being investigated, they've all got a case or two on board, or maybe more, maybe less.
That does suck as a crew member. They're literally just like watching COVID walk onto their ship.
But for some who are catching the virus, it's a different experience. Like Norwegian cruise line guests we found Monday quarantining at a hotel.
If we do cruise again, it won't be Norwegian.
Frank Ribello and Stephanie Roberts are also criticizing the crew when they were quarantined on the ship.
They wanted to charge us to bring us water to the room. I'm like, I have COVID. I can't leave. I need water.
The couple also complains Norwegian didn't test the guests they were around.
I said, do you need to talk to them? Do you want to do some contact tracing? And they said, no, they do not want to find out how many other people are infected because, in my opinion, it's to keep people out there spending money.
We asked Norwegian Monday to address guest complaints and followed up Wednesday. Still no response from the cruise line.
For some passengers getting off the Norwegian Escape today, they weren't catching a ride home. They were catching a ride to quarantine.
I'm not mad that I got COVID. I'm not mad that my sons got COVID. I'm not mad that my mom got COVID. We knew the risks of traveling abroad. What I'm mad about is that I demanded tests for my family and they refused to test my family.
Passengers say they felt safe booking their cruise and even traveling to the port on packed airplanes.
All of us were fully vaccinated and boosted.
It's the safety on board the ship they say disappointed them. Silva says it took the crew 2 hours to bring a COVID test to her son with the fever and 6 hours to bring him medicine.
We reached out to the cruise line, so if Norwegian has anything to say about the criticism from its passengers, we will let you know.
So this is the current situation. It's been over an hour. We're in the room with my daughter, who is positive for COVID. We are out of water and have been. We are out of food and have been. She's begging for some fresh water. I cannot get a hold of anyone. We dial room service and it's been doing this for over an hour now. We have no water in this room, no food. The kids are hungry, cranky. This is absolutely awful. I understand that, but would you agree that hydration is important for people who are positive with COVID?
My dear, of course, but you need to call Board 800.
We did.
That's service is open until 1 o'clock, 1 a.m.
No,
department to take care of your water.
I understand.
They are not coming.
That
we
they are
called.
open, but it has been 2 hours since we requested water.
I understand. They will bring it. They are extremely busy. We have a lot of patients, people in same situation than you.
Okay, how many?
But I cannot leave the people here and come to bring you a water. I cannot do it. I'm sorry. I'm busy at the moment.
Okay.
I'm here with the patients, okay?
Okay.
I wish they will come soon.
Okay, so real quick, this is the morning of departure. This is our third call. We've been on hold for 18 minutes. A total of probably an hour and a half since we woke up. I do have some water left over from last night, but we don't have anything new. Nothing. I can't get through to guest services. I can't get through to room service. No one has told us if we're leaving the ship, when we're leaving the ship. We have literally had no communication from anyone except food service for the last 36 hours. So, yeah.
So it's really disappointing to see so many people who are being treated like this when they're in a situation where they have no alternative but to rely on the cruise lines, and the cruise lines are clearly failing these people. And it makes me wonder how many people are out there, how many more people are being treated like this, and they're just not telling anybody in the media, and they're not making their own videos about it. I want to end today's video on this. I think cruising is amazing. I think a cruise vacation is the best vacation you can take. I think it's the best value. I think it's the best experience. I think everything is amazing about cruising. I love cruising. I would never tell anyone, don't go on a cruise. These people are not lying about their onboard experience. And I think it should be an additional consideration when you decide if you're going on a cruise, because if you end up with COVID, you are going to be in your room, and this very likely could be the situation that you experience. And believe me, nobody wants to experience this. So I really just feel like the cruise lines need to do a better job. And if these are just isolated instances, then okay. And then hopefully the cruise lines will eliminate them, because if they are isolated, there'll only be a few instances of them. And then therefore, it'll be easy for them to, knock those out, and it won't happen anymore. And people who are on board, whether they're symptomatic or not, will not have to be in their room, not feeling well, and then having to deal with not being taken care of as well. That's going to do it for today's video. Thank you very much for tuning in. And if you like this video, don't forget to click that like button. And then don't forget to click the subscribe button. It won't cost you anything. You click it once and you're done. And it'll really help us out a lot. And then don't forget to click the notification bell so that you know every time we upload a new video. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.